Coming up on the Raptor Report, we'll be talking with an outstanding alum of the MC Women's Soccer program who's currently making her mark playing professionally in Europe. Stick with us. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown and this is the Raptor Report, where we cover MC athletics from every possible angle on the playing fields, in the classroom, and also behind the scenes with coaches and staff. And today it is my pleasure to welcome Sonia Rada. Sonia is an alum of the MC soccer program, the MC Women's Soccer program, and she's currently playing in Europe professionally. Sonia, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. It's nice being here.
Well, Sonia, you have an interesting backstory. Let's talk about how you ended up at MC. You actually graduated from the University of Maryland before you came to MC. What brought you to MC after graduating from College Park?
Yeah, so I'm not like everybody else. I kind of did things backwards. I did go to Maryland. I graduated with a degree in math, started working a bit, but I just felt like it didn't really fulfill all of me, you know. I have a lot of energy, and so I felt like something was missing. So I started working, and in the midst of that, I started kind of looking for something else, and I had an epiphany one day, and I wanted to do graphic design. So I started doing some research, found out that Montgomery College had a certificate program. So that's why I started taking one class at a time, and I fell in love with the program, and then that's how everything got started. So I went backwards a little bit, back to MC. Yeah.
Well, the other advantage of coming here to MC was you got to do what you really love to do, which is play soccer. And your season here in 2015 coincided with Phil Nana's first season as head coach. As a matter of fact, you were the captain of the team that year. You guys had a tremendous season. What are some of the highlights for you from that first season here at MC?
Well, that was a great season for me. It wasn't it was more than what I expected, When I came and I started taking the classes for graphic design, I wasn't a full-time student because I was just doing the certificate. And then when I decided to do the associate's degree, I was finally able to have a full schedule for the fall season. So yeah, it just coincided with Coach Phil Nana, and the season was great. It started off a little slow. We needed to bond, but towards the end of the season, I definitely say that some of our highlights was when we played Howard in the playoffs. They had beaten us earlier on in the season, and so when we got to the playoffs, we knew it was go time, and beating them was one of the best experiences. Then we got a chance to play in the district championship in order to go to nationals. And unfortunately, we just came up just short, but they were I think the second ranked team in the nation, and ended up being runners up, if I'm not mistaken. It was, I think those were definitely the highlights, and just the relationships that I built that year, both with my coaches, my teammates, and just people at MC in general.
Now, after your MC play, unfortunately, because of eligibility, you were only able to play the 1 year here at MC, which I know was a big disappointment to you. But after your MC playing days, you had another goal in mind, a very lofty goal. You returned to your native country of Colombia to pursue that goal. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so after my season here in 2015, I got the opportunity to go to Colombia and play with the national team. I was called up for a couple of their camps in preparation for the Olympics in Rio. So that was an incredible experience, definitely the best soccer I've ever played, around the best players. I don't know, I just was there for about 6 months, and a lot of playing a different style of play, which I think has helped me grow as a player, to make myself a little bit more versatile, see what other players around the world, how they play, how people are coached differently. So yeah, that was an incredible experience. Definitely one of the highlights so far.
And you came ever so close to making that Olympic team.
Yeah, I was close, but it's not like a failure, you just learn from it, and it just makes you stronger. So I just am really thankful that I got that opportunity, and just keep fighting for what I want, which is what I always do. So.
And then after your Colombia experience, you came back to MC to coach.
I did. So I came back after that, a little confused, didn't really know where to go from there. Came back home, tried to regroup a little bit, leaned back on my previous coaches who became really good friends of mine. Phil was very supportive for me. And so it just kind of became a natural thing for me to just be a part of the program still. A lot of my teammates, I think it was 9 of them returners for the 2016 season. So it was just, it was meant to be, you know? It just was extremely natural. I jumped in, I helped them in any way I could. And they made it to nationals. That team was an excellent team. I think one of the best that MC has ever seen. So that was a great learning experience, both coaching-wise, both playing-wise. So.
Yeah, and you guys had a tremendous tournament, nationals. You knocked off Nassau in that first game, and then that heartbreaker to Erie.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. But everything happens for a reason. It wasn't meant to be for some reason. But I think that all of us, both the players, the coaching staff, we all learned a lot from that. Yeah.
But of course you weren't done playing soccer.
No.
Even though your eligibility at MC ended.
Yeah.
You ended up going to Europe where you played professionally.
I did. So after that season, once again, it seems every January kind of something happens. So I got the opportunity to go to Switzerland to play in Lugano, which is a city in Switzerland. Incredible experience. Unfortunately, after just about 2 months, I suffered an injury. So once again, I had to come home and regroup, which seems about a similar pattern. But once again, naturally, I came home, I regrouped, wasn't ready to play in the fall again. So naturally, again, my friends, my coaching friends. So once again, we embarked on another season coaching MC with a new group, completely new group, but learned lots that season also.
And we'll talk a lot more about that when we come back. We need to take a real quick break. We'll be back with more on the Raptor Report.
We know you have dreams, a great job, a better life. Career success starts at Montgomery College. MC helps you get the hands-on education you need for the job you want. And you can save up to half the cost of attending other colleges. Career success. It's in your future. Start your future now at Montgomery College.
And welcome back to the Raptor Report. Michael Brown alongside Sonia Rada. Sonia, we were talking about you coming back to MC after your first year of professional soccer in Europe. And once again, you were an assistant coach for a very surprising team.
Yeah, a team, once again, all the girls that were there for 2016 graduate, most of them, so it was a brand new team, a rebuilding year for sure. But a lot learned, it wasn't just a team, it was a whole experience. I'd never really experienced something like this. Just getting to know the players really well and everyone's situation, what everyone's going through. It was a very interesting season that I think it helped everybody grow as a person, just, not just as players, not just as coaches, so.
And of course, the team ended up going to nationals, overachieving and going to nationals, so that was a heck of a way to end your coaching year. And then as soon as very soon after the season was over, back to Europe you went for your second season with Lugano. This time you got to play a lot longer. This
time I did. So, I went back to my original team that I was with, and this time I got to finish, it was the second half of the season. So
it's a very long season over there.
It is a long season. It goes from about August, September to November, December, takes a break, and then February to June. So I got to go for the second half once again, once I was rehabbed, ready to go. It was interesting being back because I had been there, but I didn't get to experience everything. You know, I got a couple games under my belt, but now definitely got to be a part of the, you know, the whole season. We did decently in the league, but there's also the tournament called the Swiss Cup, which we did really well in. We made it to the finals, and that to me was an incredible experience. I think that definitely kind of opened my eyes to playing professionally and that whole experience because we got to play, well, starting from on our way to the tournament, they let us stay in like a secluded, very like peaceful area, a beautiful overlook of the mountains. Switzerland's a beautiful country. And then the game was just like the most intense but the most amazing game I've ever played in. We ended up losing 1-0 in double overtime with only about like 10 minutes left. So it was a heartbreaker, but I can't describe how amazing it was, and it just makes me hungry for more. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's that had to be an incredible experience for you to play at that level, to play for something of that significance. Yeah, that's got to be great. But all the while, you're still, even though you're playing professionally over in Europe, you're still working with Montgomery College Athletics. Tell us about that.
I am. I can't get away, but I love it. So when I came back to MC, I got a degree in graphic design. And after that, I started doing some graphics for the women's soccer program, and Coach G, who's the athletic director, saw my stuff and she really liked it. And then fortunately for me, I got hired, and so now I work with the athletics department doing some graphic design work for the website, for the social media, for, you know, just a lot of marketing and all that stuff. So that's great.
I think your work has really upped the game around here graphically wise for MC Athletics. I know they're very appreciative. And even though you're working with MC on the side, you're playing professionally in Switzerland, you still have the dream of playing for Colombia. Tell us where that is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still, you know, everyone strives for that. It's to me, I think it's the ultimate goal to represent your country, to be able to play in a tournament like the World Cup or the Olympics or things like that. So yeah, I mean, everything that I do is in preparation. I just want to prepare myself and play at the highest level, get the most experience possible to be able to compete and, you know, catch the attention of the national team again and hopefully get called back up for any of the tournaments that come up, friendlies, anything like that. So,
so when might that happen? What kind of time frame are we talking about there?
I know they're doing, so they didn't unfortunately qualify for the World Cup, which is next year, the Women's World Cup, but there is something called the Pan American Games, so that there's that tournament, and just, you know, being able to be part of that process would be the ultimate goal. So, you know, what I always do is I just work hard as I can, take my opportunities, and I just know that the preparation will somehow open a door for me. So as long as I do my end of the half, you know, then I have faith that the things will happen.
And then prior to that, you'll be heading back to Europe to play another season of professional soccer.
Yeah, I can't stop. You know, as long as I'm healthy, soccer is just my life, and I just want to be a part of it. And athletics in general, that's why I enjoy working for MC with the athletics department. So that's what I like to do.
Well, you've made us all proud, and we are just about out of time, but I do want to say no matter where you end up playing in Europe this year, you know we'll be following you. You know we'll be rooting for you, and you're a terrific representative of Montgomery College, and very proud to have you as an alum here.
Thank you so much. I mean, the school has opened a lot of doors for me, so I'm very thankful.
So we do need to go, but before we go, I do want to point out and urge everyone to follow MC Athletics on social media, on YouTube and Facebook. You can follow the Raptors at the Raptors MC. On Twitter and Instagram, you can follow the Raptors at MC_Raptors. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MC_Raptor Voice. Sonia, thanks so much for for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to come by.
Thanks, Mike.
And we want to thank all of you for joining us today on the Raptor Report. We'll be back soon with an all-new show.